Shalom, child of God. Shalom, family. This is Apostle Michael Yuba. Now, in the book of Exodus chapter 3, verse number 8, God spoke to Moses and said, I have heard the cry of my children in the land of Egypt. Therefore, I have come to take them from the land of crying to a land where there is milk and honey. A land where milk and honey is flowing. But guess what? In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse number 25, now it says that they had, when they were in the desert, they had sent spies to go into the land of Canaan to check what is it that was in the land of Canaan, to spy what was the contents of the land of Canaan. But the Bible tells us that when they come back, they brought branches of fruits, they brought branches of grapes, they brought branches of mangoes, branches of fruits and plants that were already growing in the land of Canaan. But I want you to understand this. According to them, they brought the news that it was a good news, which means unto them it was good, but to me and to you it has to make sense. Something has to come up in this revelation. Now listen to this. God had told them that the land of Canaan is a land that is flowing with milk and honey, but not flowing, not consisting of the plants and the animals. I want you to understand this. So what is very important is that they were so much captivated with what God had not given inside them. They were so much captivated with what God had not promised unto them, which you need to understand. God had given them a promise that the land which they are going to possess, it is a land full of milk and honey. But when they sent spies, the spies brought news that in the land is consisting of fruits and plants. Child of God, I want you to understand this afternoon. What you need to understand today is that God might have spoken to you. God might have spoken to you through a dream, through a vision, through a prophecy, through a man of God, that you are supposed to be doing this in this year, that you are supposed to be doing this and that in this year. But when you look into that industry, you don't see the people who are already there making it according to what you're expecting. You don't see the people that are already with that gift expressing it as it should be. What you need to understand is that this is what you have had is what God has spoken to you, not to those people. So do not be undermined by what you see in the land. Do not be undermined by what you hear. Do not be undermined by the results that you see in the industry. Because the children of Israel, when they sent spies, the spies came back with a report that inside the land of Canaan there are fruits, there are plants, which God had spoken to them that there is milk and honey. They did not bring to them news that there are cows and there are bees which can produce milk and honey, which means whatever that God had spoken to them was not yet in the land of Canaan, it was in them. So whatever they went to check inside Canaan was not even there. Do not look into the land. Do not look at what is already given those who are in the industry. Do not look at what those who are doing it are gaining or earning from it. Because what God spoke to you, it is inside you, not in the land, not in the industry already. Child of God, I want you to understand this. Many of you have this discouragement because you look at the people or at the industry, it is not giving anyone anything. You look at the industry, there is nothing that is promising, there is no hope at all. But guess what? I want you to understand, the milk and the honey is within you, child of God. The milk and the honey is within you. It is not in the industry. We need to say, the day you shall step into the land of Canaan, the day you shall step in that industry, what you shall begin to do will produce the milk and honey that God spoke. When they entered the land of Canaan, that's when they started breeding the cows. They started breeding the cows, and the bees began to come, bringing unto them the good news which God had already given unto them. Child of God, I want you to understand, taking a step is very important. Whatever vision or dream that God has given you, whatever plan that you have, it is already in you. The results are in you. The raw materials are in you. The manufacturing is in you. The processing is in you. So don't look at those that are already there. Never undermine yourself because you are looking at those that are already in the industry. The Canaanites and the Perizzites and whoever that was already in the land of Canaan was not living according to according to the instruction of God. Some of you are undermining yourself because you are looking at those that are already in the industry. Those that are already in the industry, they are failing to get it because some of them might be there by passion, but you are going to be there by instruction. You are going to be there by instruction and not by passion. So if you go by instruction, you carry the package of God, the desire and the will of God. Child of God, this is for you. This time, take a step. Do not be undermined or discouraged because of the results that you are seeing. I pray that even as you are watching right now, I pray that as you are hearing right now, as you begin to take a step on what God has spoken to you in this year, you shall begin to see results. When others are looking at you, they will begin to see the divine voice of God upon your life. They will begin to see the glory of God starting to shine upon you. Why? Because you came by instruction and not by passion. God loves you, child of God. To God be the glory. I say to you, Shalom.